What's up, YouTube? Chisha Zed back in here again with another video for you. Peace, positivity, self-awareness, and motivation. Let's get into it. Yo, Nick Cannon refuses to pull out. He is not pulling out. He's going to have these kids, man. And he's not letting anything stopping him from having these kids. I think he's like on baby number 7, right? He's got like 4 baby mamas. And all I could think of, like, it's funny how somebody's goals and dreams can be another man's nightmare. Because to a lot of men, you know, he's out here having like twins, right? Triplets and shit like that. No, he hasn't had any triplets. But still, man, that many kids to a lot of men is just like a complete disaster. And he's like making it his life goal to have as many kids as possible. And he says he wants more kids, right? Crazy stuff. And of course, like anyone else, I have the same questions. I'm like, why is he having so many kids? Did it have to do with his religion? Does it have to do with that turban thing that he wears on his head that he says makes him feel like a king? And yes, he actually said that. You know, celebrities do a lot of different weird stuff. So I don't necessarily know what to do with a lot of stuff celebrities do. I just kind of just think, all right, as time goes, we will know why, right? But right now, I have no idea. But that didn't stop me from sharing it on my Instagram page. I shared it on my Instagram post on my story. If you're not following me, make sure you follow me, man. Chisha Zed on all social platforms, especially Instagram. And I was talking about how this idea of multiple women sharing an alpha male will only become more normal as time goes by. As we move away from this whole stigma surrounding like polyamory and like multiple partners, we already live in a day and age where we expect that most women are going to sleep around, right? We expect that most women are going to have their whole phase, their 304 phase. They're going to do their thing, right? And if you're looking and waiting for a virgin, good luck. Good luck, man. It doesn't exist anymore. Unless if the girl's in like some strange occultic religion. I truly believe that. If they're in some strange religion, then yes, that's brainwashed their minds. But most of these women are getting it in. They're out here in these streets. So what's that going to lead to? Well, that freedom for women to choose who they want to be with is eventually going to lead to situations like we have with Nick Cannon. Like, think about it. A woman's goal on this earth when it comes to like reproduction is to find the highest value male, which she can attract because she wants to copy his genes and replicate them, right? She wants to give birth to that man because she's looking for the highest value male, the alpha male, if she can find him, that she can replicate in her life. And so there's no better opportunity than women being able to share an alpha male. Because a lot of the times when we hear about things like polygamy and one man with a bunch of women, we think that the man wanted that. The truth is, women want that. Monogamy was created to benefit men as a whole, right? They stigmatized the other options of one man and a bunch of women so that the beta males and your simps can get theirs too. So this is where we're heading, man. This is what we get as this gynocentric society, this female-based society continues to have more influence in culture. You're just going to see a lot of this. And I posted about this on my Instagram story. And there was a guy that responded, and I think he was a subscriber, but he responded back to me and he says, really? Nick Cannon, an alpha male? And I was expecting that. I wasn't surprised. And I thought to myself, you know what? I need to get on here and really explain this whole alpha male thing, right? I'm going to talk about alpha male, beta male, and game. Because that's something that I realized, and RP awareness. 4 things. And I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. Because that's something I realized a lot of people kind of mix and match and kind of confuse with one another. So let's start with the term alpha male. A lot of the times when you hear me use the term alpha males, I'm purposeful in making sure that I'm not using it in a way of alpha males should be judged by other men. Instead, I say, hey guys, it all matters in the way the women you deal with view you, right? They are the market when it comes to alpha males. Well, how do you decide if you're an alpha male? There's 2 main criteria that you can use to decide. The first has to do with reproduction. You will know you're an alpha male when, one, a woman willingly wants to, and goes out of her way and is okay with wanting to reproduce your DNA. She wants to have your babies. She wants to have your kids. That's the first way you can tell if you're an alpha male or not. The second way is also very important. You got to have both of these. Is she also wants you to lead her, right? She just doesn't want your kids. She also wants you to lead her. She wants to be a part of your life. She wants to follow you where you go. She wants to establish herself as the helpmate, the background, the helping hand, and she wants to be a part of your world, but you are the alpha, you are the leader in that situation. Now, there's a lot of guys out here who have kids with women who don't respect them. Well, you, man, were a meal ticket. She took advantage of you. She disrespects you. Why? Because she doesn't look at you as an alpha male. Both of those things have to come to play. So why does it matter, right, whether the woman views you as alpha or not? Well, it just does. The woman is the market. You know how we always say, like, women have to make sure that they create themselves into the type of woman that men find attractive, and they don't understand that men are the market, and they think they can be overweight, disagreeable, masculine when men don't like those things. Well, the same works vice versa, right? Men also have to look at the market and see, like, how does she view me? And when it comes to women, they're a little bit different in the sense that one woman qualifies differently for what she considers an alpha male. For example, if a woman is really religious and she's raised up in the church, to her, a guy who's not religious could never be alpha, and she could never follow his leadership. Because that element of leadership is now brought into factor, it now gets a little bit more complicated with women, right? That's how you're able to have one woman who can view you as alpha and she's all over you. Another woman, you're not street enough for her, right? You're not hood enough for her if you're like a black guy like me. Or you go to another girl and you're not professional enough for her. She wants you to be that professional type, lawyer type, doctor type, nurse type, whatever. You guys get what I'm trying to say. And you need to fit both of those qualifications in order for a woman to view you as alpha. There are a lot of guys out here who have a bunch of babies. You're not alpha because a bunch of women took advantage of you and now you're paying child support. A lot of men out here are getting set up that way and confusing themselves for being viewed as alpha, and that's just not the case. Now, can you be alpha and not necessarily be RP aware? Yes. And this term was actually recently, I don't know if he was created by Rollo Tomassi. I would advise you to check out his channel, and also see if I got a book here. Buy his book called The Rational Male, and I think he's got a new one called The Rational Male Religion. That's out right now in book, and I think the audio verse is coming out pretty soon. But anyways, can you be an alpha and not necessarily be RP aware? Yes. There's a term called blue pill alpha, right? And I remember Rollo Tomassi when Mike Rashid came out and he had that whole kind of situation with like Mike Rashid versus the red pill. He addressed that and he called Mike a blue pill alpha. This is a man who women find attractive. Yes, they want to reproduce with him and they will follow his leadership. But is he aware to female nature? No, he's not. He's not. Most likely he's not. And we know he's not because he talked about his disagreements with the RP community, and he disagreed with a lot of ideas that the RP community had about women. So that's that. Now we move over to game. Is it possible to be RP aware and not be alpha and also not have game? Yes, it is. Again, RP just means awareness. You are aware of female nature. So a good example for the type of people who are RP aware but don't have game, neither are they alpha. These are your incel types. They know female nature. They understand how women work. And instead of using hypergamy to their advantage and working with the laws of nature that they can never change, they decide to complain about it. And these are the guys who create all these like doomsday videos, and they're complaining and they're whining and there's no solutions. And it's all about, oh, why me? These are the why me guys, right? They're RP aware. They understand the truth about female nature, but they don't have any game and they're not alpha. The next thing I wanted to address was being a beta male. Is it possible that you can be beta male and still have game? Yeah. Because game is just your process of how you attract women, right? The strategy that you use to attract a woman. Either you got it, either you don't. There are guys out here who just don't have game at all. But there's beta male game. A lot of beta male game exists. A lot of it is transactional. These are the guys taking out girls on expensive dates on their first date. They'll spend whatever it takes, right? They're cashing out. They're buying her flowers. They're treating her like the princess that she is. They're doing whatever it takes. It's transactional a lot of times. They're complimenting her. And their mindset is, if I can show her a good time, treat her well, if I can give her the things that she wants, then just maybe she will pick me, and once in a while they get lucky. Is it the most efficient way to attract women? No, it's not. Why? Because we know a lot of those guys end up getting screwed over in the long run, because the worst part of them actually marries these women, and then these women leave them because they lack respect for who they are, and they lose everything in the end. All right, well, now you might be asking yourself, man, like, okay, so what am I? Or what should your goal be when it comes to dating and all these different labels, right? I know a lot of people out here don't like the labels, but it's how we group things as men. We're orderly, so we use the labels, period. Well, you want game. You want to know how to handle a woman, and you want to do that in a way where she will retain the most respect for you that's possible. So you have to approach it with RP knowledge. So game, RP knowledge, together, now you're lethal, right? Now you're lethal. Now you're not getting yourself in situations where you're going to be getting the bitter end of the stick majority of the time. I honestly believe that you can't have a good time dating today in this modern day without RP game. I don't see how I did it. I remember how I did, actually. It sucked. Right? You had a lot of questions about, why did she do that? Why didn't she call me? Should I say this? Oh, bro, what would you say to this? You had a lot of questions about texting, about game. All of a sudden, when you learn about female nature, right? And you learn about game, the right way to attract women, then you understand that it gets a lot easier. Now, what's the right way to attract women? Well, it's not going out and showering women with gifts and being that guy who's the transactional guy who's taking women out on expensive dates and using your money. It's using who you are as a person. Who you are, that becomes your game. What do I mean? Well, this is why I talk about self-improvement. The more you improve yourself, the more confidence you have. Women are attracted to confidence. The more you pursue things that you're passionate about, the more you build sort of those leadership qualities that women are attracted to in alpha males. Right? And not only when she sees you will she say, I want to replicate that type of a mindset that man has, but she will also respect you. Why? Because with RP game, you will not allow yourself to be disrespected with your RP knowledge, because you will know if she disrespects you in any way and that disrespect goes unpunished. Yes, unpunished. You know the consequences of that is just more disrespect and more disrespect. So you need game, you need RP knowledge, and you need self-improvement. Those things together put you in the type of position for the least amount of confusion, difficulty, and pain in your life. Because what's our goal here, man, especially on this channel, is to live the most peaceful life possible, productive life possible, positive life possible. And the only way you're going to do that is by knowing what to do in this life, what not to do, and avoiding toxic people and toxic women especially. Because women are just one of those things that destroy a man like none other. A lot of things destroy men, but not understanding female nature finishes men off, right? It can either make or break you. So, hope I made some sense. Hope I kind of helped you guys understand some things better. Maybe you already knew all this. Either way, I appreciate you for staying to the end of this video. And I'm curious, man, let me know in the comment section down below. Would you be okay with having multiple baby mamas on purpose? Because I know some of you already got that right now by accident. On purpose.
Hello.
right? By multiple women if you could take care of them. Is that something that you'd be interested in? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hey guys, my name is Chisha Zed. Until next time, I'm out.
And
Peace.
if you can, please enjoy the show.
I'm a walking Liberty Bell. Freedom ring through my stride. Freedom to be inside and be a slave to my pride. And right away to scream. Man, this love's so serene. I should probably shake it up just a little bit.